Hi everyone, so I've managed to find this space for the cards and the dog is right beside me. The other one is, I need to give him some attention and he's in his bed and I've got a quiet moment. So let's do this. Let's ask some questions. Hopefully you've seen part one. If you're not, please do, so that we understand the dynamics. And I don't think I've heard many of your thoughts, right? So it would be good to know when is her birthday. I didn't look that up, but let's see if I get an energy in the cards. Anyway, let's see how she's doing at the moment. It is the 9th. It's the same night. I'm doing this. There might be members Patreon access early if I can. It's just the uploading. I haven't asked the question yet, so I just need to pick that card up. Okay. By the way, I do want to say, if something comes up about her change of appearance, I wouldn't be surprised. So the least one, I'm not talking about going to Mexico and getting a Brazilian butt augmentation. I'm talking about even her hair, right? So whether it transpires, whether it's something that comes up. Right, we've got, at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Death card, right? We've got this male that I said, right? And there's a deceiving energy. I do believe that she is, like I said, she's stuck. She is in, regardless of what they say, you know, she is in kind of like psychosis and mental health. There is those elements that I mentioned in terms of DRUGs happening. And it all commenced with that sort of, you take this because the spiritual enlightenment, diving into your reading, into whoever she visited, whatever was going on, is going to be easier to read into your energy and bring things out to guide you, right? And it's gone further and further and further. Now, these energies that I've spoken about are also different. So it doesn't mean that all the energies I've spoken about is this current man that I believe is very kind of controlling her at this moment in time. We see there's lies and there's deceit. We do see, though, there is a bit of patience, okay? I'm going to get a clarifier here, but there is a stuck situation. I want to say sticky situation, which I said in part one. This is how she's apparently doing at this moment in time. She's trying to be patient, but she's stuck. She's very much stuck. I am concerned when I see these two cards together. If I split it though, if I turn it over, I'd seen that there's the King of Pentacles. There is very much a money, and you remember, Spirit's just bringing back to me about, in part one, I said about money is really important to her right now, and that her uncle could be someone who gets through to her. I don't think she fully understands the dynamic, the intensity of everything, whether it's to do with the search that was going on for her, the worry, or if she knows about her father, etc. We also get the Page of Wands, and I want to turn this over, and it's the Queen of Wands. And it's interesting here, I was getting that this is all about this kind of new sort of thought process. I won't be surprised if she does make some kind of communication out there, and for her wishes to be respected. Obviously, there's dynamics that we know from the channeling that I did, underlining behind it on whether that's because what she needs to do right now. There is a female in the background, okay? I don't know why I'm called to this of being her mother, all right? So this could be her mother and her sister, and if there is an uncle around, all right? But I just want to pull some clarifiers. Absolutely. Can you see? It really mirrors part one of what I was saying. It really mirrors that she does feel stuck. but at the same time, she's in this situation. She, you know, this Eight of Swords, you feel stuck, you feel depressed, but to some element you can maneuver. You just can't see it. She truly can't see it, because to some extent this could be like, this is really selfish. Her father, you know, her family really worried. Everyone's worried about her, and she's doing this out of choice. Money is very important right now, and I think that would be a good way to try to get to her, but again, not to push too much. Let's clarify. I want to put these back. I want to keep the King of Pentacles. It feels right. These two were just side notes. Okay. I want to clarify the King of Wands, Two of Swords, and the Star card. Can you remember how I said yesterday? Oops, I don't have a thing for it. I said the Star card, not yesterday, in the read just now, that you'll see, you will see. It was yesterday. Hey, that was the small older dog barking at the younger one, because the younger one gets bored if he's not entertained. So sorry about that. There's a lady who has a string of thread that's held up. Okay, this King of Wands is definitely feeling himself. He's feeling that there is a bit of a challenging situation and a crossroads. Okay, but he's also refusing to see two truths in this current situation in the case. Okay, so he's not seeing the situation as he should see it. I won't be surprised if this person has Aquarius placements in their chart, as opposed to this being a healing card, right? He is refusing to see something, but he knows he's at a very difficult, challenging crossroads situation, and he's in the energy here. It's interesting. Can you remember I said about the partnership? Now let's look at the relationship between Hannah and the father. You remember I said it's probably a bit estranged, not as close. He tried to really heal the situation. He was trying to get back. He could see the red flags. He was trying to tell her, you're going down a route that's not right. Let's see what we get. Hannah and her dad's relationship, allegedly. The relationship between them was very much like, this is my dad. I know he's my dad. I think the dad might have been stricter to them than the mum. I'm not sure if that was something that was appreciated. There is love there, but there's a refusal to see each side, right? She's refusing. Hannah was refusing, and he feels in a very stuck energy. She just also couldn't see his side of anything. And there was a very stuck situation in terms of the relationship as well. It just wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't healing. It was kind of like, this is my blood father. He's strict. There is love here at the end of the day. Okay. But there is a loss there, you know, a loss of their relationship. Six of Wands, interesting. What I'm getting with this is that they would come together more so in a loving way when there was an occasion, all right? When there was an occasion, but there is an energy where there is estrangement here, okay? And there was a decision earlier in her life, maybe that he wasn't so connected, or he wasn't able to be as connected. This is where I believe he tried to get through to her, but he also felt like I can only speak so far, push the ball so far, show her some love at the same time, but also show her, like, you know, sort of the wisdom and then I need to kind of allow her as an adult. And I feel this is a bit of a regret, because he would push, but then he'd be like, I can't push any further. I've told her I'm seeing some red flags in terms of what you're doing. It's going to lead you in the wrong direction. I know which direction you want to go, okay? But something about online, he was very worried about that he knew, okay? Let's look at his cards. Let's look at the cards around his Xing or his committing S. If you saw part 1, you'll know what I psychically see around that. Here, you know, I said there was an argument. There is the argument, okay? There was an opportunity where he actually was not alone at the time. But there was an opportunity where it just goes back to my part 1. There was a fight, and there was something that was said that the male didn't like, okay? And there was an opportunity when the father wasn't in his right kind of energy, okay, where this had happened. You can see clearly there was an altercation. This was not a S type thing. Something was not from his side coming to his liking as well, okay? There is here an opportunity that was taken that shows the quarrel, but also there was a deception that happened. There was avoided bad faith that was here, okay? So let's continue and see. You remember I said yesterday, very much past energy, in his energy, reviewing the past, something from the past haunting him, the past people energy involved, which is to do with him and so. I'm not surprised with that. Remember I said yesterday, and I could see him as the King of Swords. The person that she's with is a strategizer, and I said that there was communication that one of them did not like that occurred, and we see it. And here he is. And the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. Okay. And holding on to, I want to say the narrative, which is an interesting word that wants to come through from Spirit. There's the Justice card, but there's also the ego. I am the last one standing. Okay. And something was not taken up or accepted. And I feel like this was the father and this person not accepting, you know, there's no need for me having to go down this way. And there is devil that comes in. And this is where I see, you know, he is the manipulation to do the thing that he's done. All right. And it comes about as it's to save your daughter. And this is like being out in the cold. I don't think LA is cold right now, but I don't know. But this is the manipulation. Okay. Him, you know, kind of refusing something, an offer, and then the manipulation energy of with the blackmail comes in. And also this manipulation here of monies that the father knew about, and split the deck, the Hierophant. Someone, I said yesterday, you know, the cultish type vibe also includes possibly someone from the GOV. So are they telling the truth? There's going to be further communication on this situation with him, and then we might see someone who's in a very smug energy having a bit of a tower moment. Again, I'm getting some exchange of money in terms of this. We've got the Six of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, the Hanged Man, to have the narrative of the story that he did X himself. To cause, or Seven of Cups, to cause the deception. Okay. You know, she's kind of in, I tried to explain it yesterday, it's coming to me, you know, Stockholm Syndrome. She wants to walk, she can't walk. It's that Stockholm Syndrome. It's a difficult situation because I can see her if the family push too close and she's not ready to come forward. She's going to find that overbearing when it's actually not. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's a sticky situation. But I think uncle money in some way is going to help. I'm getting brought back to the spirit saying, I said yesterday about the rent-a-car around the 11th of November. That is very true. And possibly there could be a tracking of a rent-a-car. That's coming secondary. I don't know why it's coming up, but it is. Let's see what her dad would say right now. Just a couple of cards because he's only recently passed. So I'm not challenging. He loves his family. Family was everything to him. He doesn't feel that he did the right thing always, okay? He might have been estranged. I don't know if there was finances, but he also felt that he was pushed aside due to the divorce, okay? It seems like their divorce was a bit of a heavy burden. It also seems like, okay, if they've had a divorce. If not, there's been a split, there's been an estrangement, and one of the sides has had a lawyer for sure. And if they've had a divorce, it's the lawyer of the female, or there's been a lawyer involved, and that was a very heavy burden. It seems like he never felt recognized by as to how much he truly loved his family. He did feel it was the splitting was a heavy burden, and he was left out in sort of estranged from them. That's about his exing, so his death. So let's just see. It was the end of a chapter, and it was because of what occurred. It was because, I'll just cover that, it was because it was triggered from Hannah walking away. He knew that she was going to travel and move from LAX, okay? It seems like he was very defensive when the police were communicating. Can you remember I said he was very held back and choked? And it was but in the background he knew a lot. He was trying to look at the plan as in the long run, and a way to approach it by being a father, but also not authoritative, but showing his wisdom, and she wasn't taking that. She would find it as a confrontation. And he did pull up about a male energy, a lover, that he did not agree with at all. And I don't think she liked it. Let's just look at what Spirit has to say right now. I hope you enjoyed this read, and I hope you enjoyed the channeling part that I did, which would have been a premiere yesterday, but I'm actually just recording it after I've had a cup of tea from the first read. Okay, so let's see what Spirit has to say to us right now, please, Spirit, about the case. You know what? I feel like it will help for the noise to calm down, for her, the help the noise to calm down. And I know there's a desperation to find her, but the noise to calm down is going to help it in some way. I'm getting either the aunt or the mother is really, you know, sort of in the energy at the moment. Either the aunt or the mother. I got this as the mother earlier. And I remember in the first read, I said about the mother, she knows something. So I feel like the mother might break her silence and say something. I said, watch the mother, something's going to be said. And it might have to do with their family sort of foundation, money, something to do with that. But at the moment, it's not known, okay? It's kind of like also an omen that she's going to say something like, you might not twig onto it's an omen as well. Now, the aunt, I think the aunt is thinking of a new way around this. So could the aunt be thinking to go to Mexico? Remember, I'm recording this on the 9th. Spirit says here as well, there's a refusal to see. There's a lot of fear and there's a lot of how do I go back on my decision in this situation. There's a lot of challenging crossroads in this situation. There's a lot of guarded energy and it needs to be careful on which sword gets put down first or what direction they go for first. This is current, yeah. It needs to be approached with love, okay? Like I said, there is a male figure that I think Hannah in the family was close to. This person is going to be important. There is also a female that she really felt connected to. I don't know if that's the mother or if it's the aunt. But the person is older than the male. If this isn't the uncle is still key. But there's another male here. And I feel like this is more family. And it could be, I feel if it's the uncle, it's from the mum's side here. And this female is going to be able to put out communication that reaches her. Because we don't know at the moment if communication is reaching her. Some sort of communication she's going to put out online is going to reach Hannah. Okay, so that's just a confirmation, some reassurance for someone out there. And if you're a Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, if you're part of her family, it's you, okay? I don't know the mother, the aunt, or which one of you are. See, that's the communication that I said we'll get out. The King of Wands came in, the Knight of Wands came in reverse. Now, either Hannah could be I don't know, a Sagittarius, or could she be a Cuspa? I don't know. It's a challenging situation with this Knight of Wands. It's like, I'm going forward, I'm moving forward, I'm stuck, I'm rushing, I want to go back. And there's a difficulty in going back and forth, okay? I also feel like there's going to be a tower moment if there tries to be travel abroad, further movement, okay? There's a tower and justice coming in, but patience is really needed, all right? The police do feel like they've come to the end of their situation on this. Like I said about ancestral, solid family, monies is going to be important. I wonder if they're going to put out a reward or if a reward's going to be important. It could very much be important. And if it's communicated by the sister, I feel like it could be, and it could be communicated by the sister. There is a lot of stress and anxiety in this situation, sleepless nights, and there is that hope that things will get better in the current situation. We see Hannah in the energy that I mentioned in the read earlier or yesterday, part 1 basically, and here he is, and she's hoping on patience and hoping to be freed. That's what she hopes for all the time, and that's the free card. But that's why I was going to say, is she a cusper in terms of Sag, Capricorn? I mean, we've got other signs here as well. Could be Aquarius in her top charts. I don't know why I'm getting Aquarius in her. Her Jupiter could be Aquarius. One of her top signs could be Aquarius. Rising, Venus, Moon. whatever. And here she really is captured, as we can see. And the person is quite smug, you know. So that's what we've got right now. We'll do a part 3 if things develop. If you see anything, let me know in the comments, and we can do a check-in. If you're following this case, I'd love to know, so that we know how much, you know, maybe I'll bring you 10-minute clips of things we've missed. Maybe it can be true crime, and then pull a couple of cards. If this is if this is your top case, although I feel like the CEO case is going to be one that's on everyone's agenda, kind of following right now. But let me know what cases you're following. In terms of Sebastian Rogers, remember I'd seen that green angel. I'd seen the angel around him, Shamuel, Archangel, is it Raphael or Shamuel? Raphael. And I'd seen snow and the bristling green lights as well. I remember that from my last reading. Do you know what I mean by that? Let me know in the comments. And also, I shall see you in the next video. Thank you for being here. Take care of yourselves, and bye for now.